So now we have our lyrics playing properly, and because this is a karaoke, we want to fill up each word while the singer is singing. So first of all, I want to change the font a bit. This is too thin. So I'm going to select the 4 layers, select one, shift, and the last one. So all of them are selected. And in window, I choose the character menu. And here from thin, I'll change it to medium. Sounds good. So now it looks fine. And what I'm going to do is to duplicate each layer and to change the color, let's say in yellow. And I will mask the yellow layer to let the white layer show, and slowly I will unmask the top layer in yellow. So we're going to do that now. To duplicate this 4 layer, I just press Command D. So now you see each layer has a new duplicate. And on this top layer, each top layer is selected. I'm going to change the color. So again, the character menu, I click on this color picker, and I will choose some yellow, like that. Good, so now the top layer is showing yellow, and if I turn it off here, it shows the lower layer in white. Sounds good. And what I want to do now is to mask this top layer. So if I open one of the top layer here, for example, as I showed previously, I have one text layer and one transform layer. So what I want to do is to add a mask to that. So here you have a shape object. So if no layer is selected, the shape will create a shape. And you see I have a new layer called shape layer, but this is not what I want. I don't want a shape, I want a mask. So I select this layer, press delete to turn it off. If I select the layer and press again this shape tool, that time you see I'm creating a mask. So what is within the shape is showing, and what is outside the shape is hidden. So in this case, I will start the mask out of the text, so it's not showing anything in yellow, and I will animate the mask to slowly cover the white text, and it will show the yellow text on top. So let's do that. So now you see I have a new section in the layer called mask, and if I open it, I have mask 1. I can have several masks inside, and again I open mask, and I have 4 parameters. So for now I'm interested in the shape of the mask, which is a path here, and as you can see I can animate this path because there is this little timer. So what I'm going to do is to place my cursor at the beginning of the text. So I press Shift to snap, and pressing this little timer, I will tell After Effects, okay, I want to make an animation out of that. So I press this little timer, and now you see I have what we call a keyframe here. That means at this point of time the setting of this path will be like that. Maybe at another point of time it will be different, but here it should be like that. And here it's saying that at this time there is one keyframe, some settings. Good, except that I don't want to start like that. I want to start out of the text. So I'm going to press A to select the arrow key. Sorry, V, not A. V to select the arrow key. And here I have several ways to change my mask. For now the 4 handles are selected, so if I move the mask, you see all the handles are moving. So this is one way I could place the mask here and later on move the mask there. So let's do that. So I'll place here, I open the mask, settings, I go at the end of the text, which is here, and now I just move the mask. I can press shift so it moves only horizontally, that way. And there is a new keyframe created here at the end, and what is between this first keyframe and that one is an interpolation of the animation of this mask. That means every position is automatically calculated between these two keyframes. That's why it's called interpolation. Okay, so if I play, I'll turn that off, I'll play the preview. So first, it's just rendering, no, it's not playing. So you see, it starts rendering the frames, so now they are green. And once it's rendered, all green, it will play in real time, like that. Working fine. So this is one way of animating. I'll show a different way. It's by changing the shape of the mask. So for that, I can navigate from keyframe to keyframe here, and I will delete this keyframe as well as this one. I'll move my mask back here. I'll cancel everything, that will be easier. Okay, so here I was. So again, I start an animation on this parameter, and this time instead of moving the mask, I'm going to shift click on one handle to deselect it, and now if I select it, it will deselect the other handle. So I can select both these handles, or I can click on one side only. It will do the same thing, selecting both. And I'm going to drag it the other way, again pressing shift to constrain horizontally. And at the end of this first sentence, I'm going to bring these two handles here. The result is the same, just a different way of doing it. So now you see this part is not rendered because I did a different animation. So first, when I press render, it will render this part, and then play the preview. You see, rendering, frame by frame, and you can see it here rendering, and once it's done, it's going to play automatically. Working fine. The last thing I want to do is to adjust the animation, the mask, so it's feeling each word when it's pronounced. So for that I will add a few other keyframes in the middle. I will zoom in a bit so we'll see better. Maybe like that. Yeah, sounds good. And I'm going to press Command and keep pressing on this one. So I know where it's starting. So the first one is fine. Okay. So here is saying man, so the one I'm making is coming a bit late. I'm going to shift it here. So now you see I have a new keyframe created here. And I'm going to okay, Liz is here. So again I'm going to move it a bit here. Again a new keyframe. And door, this is the last one. I'll place it here. Okay, let's look how it runs. Again rendering. Looks better. And the last thing I want to do is to start playing this segment a bit earlier, because we want to see the text before it's pronounced. So I'll select both and I'll start playing maybe something here. I'll play from before. Working fine.